I just passed the first business and finance exam, and today I'm gonna pass my business and finance exam. I'm a professional test taker in a way. I have my real estate license, I have a mortgage loan originator license here in the state of Florida. Those exams you take without books, all right? Those exams you take just by knowledge, by reading, learning, practicing, and then going to the test. This exam you take with a book. Nevertheless, the book is this big, so the amount of questions that you have coming up are a lot difficult, and that's why they provide you with a book. I went to Florida Exam Prep with one of my best friends, Cruz. In my life, I was working for a big company, real estate company. They purchased big mobile home communities, and I was working actually as a project manager, bringing value to those communities, and then they will have the ability to refinance and whatnot. And I'm like, yo, this is right in my spectrum. I've been dealing with real estate. I work construction myself for so many years. Like, I have the experience. Now I'm dealing as a project manager, more like a foreman, going to site and making sure, and the investment that I was doing was huge. I'm talking millions of dollars. Let's work for ourselves, dude. Let's do this. It's been tough, I'm not gonna lie. I've been 15 days all day, full-time studying for this exam, and the pressure is really high. But I'm excited like anything, I'm sure this is gonna be one of those uphill moments that I'm gonna remember for the rest of my life. So I took a few simulators. I think I was doing great, and one of the hardest one for Cruz, I got 74%. And one of the easier ones, I got 80 something, 86, 80 something. Really looking forward to pass this exam. I put in a lot of hours into this, a lot of time. Guys, let me take you through the exam. I just passed the first business and finance exam. I'm really proud. I'm really happy. I'm really thankful to Cruz and the Florida Exam Prep for all the help. The exam is 125 questions. You get in there, they tap you down. You tap yourself down, leave everything on locker, you turn off your phone, you leave your watch outside, they check your glasses, so they're not smart glasses. They check your ears, so you're not wearing any earbuds and stuff. And you go in and you sit down in the computer, and just as you do on the practice exam for Cruz, for the exam prep. And then after you run through it, time starts ticking, you start answering questions, moving forward, flipping the book, looking for the answers. A lot of the questions I kind of knew because they're common questions and I remember them. Another bunch I didn't know, but I had the ability of flipping the book. I built my own book, so I knew where the tabs were, where the highlights were. Also, I learned how to use the index, so I was going to the index, looking for the questions, going back to the book, and I found a lot more like that. And then the math, I felt very confident and prepared to take the exam. I think overall, it was a great experience. Without Cruz's help, I wouldn't be able to do it. Without Florida Exam Prep, impossible. So kudos to you and to Florida Exam Prep, guys. It does take time. It does take hours. You have to build your own books. If you want to pass this the first shot, you have to build your own books. You have to go through every video. You have to learn how to, how to handle questions. The questions ask you for something, and you reading the question say, okay, which book do I need? What is it asking me for? So just looking at the questions, you can say, okay, this question says shall. It's talking about the architect, AIA. And then from there, you grab your AIA documents and you think, okay, is it talking about the bidding process? Is it talking about the contract? Is it talking about the subcontractor? Okay, so it's talking about the subcontractor, shall architect. So definitely is the final chapter there for the subcontractor. I don't remember right now the number. I'm burned out. After that, you look at the index if they have an index. If not, you start flipping pages and looking at the titles. And for example, it's talking about, I don't know, termination of contract. So you look at the end when you're terminating a contract for some reason. It should be at the end, right? So you look at the end and here, termination of contract, whatever, 8.1, 8.2, 8.3. Oh, here, boom. 8.5 is the answer. It has 13 days. 13 days, next question. That's the way to do it. It's frustrating, I'm not gonna lie. You're sitting there for long hours, you're hungry, it gets stressful, and you just gotta learn how to deal with it. If you sit down and you take your time, you breathe, and you say, I got this, I got this, I got this. Tell me the next question. And you look for it, and then you look at the answers and you figure out, well, the first one doesn't make sense. Well, the last one doesn't make sense. I'm gonna look for that third one in the book to see if I find it. Ooh, here it is. I'm not sure. Let me look for that middle one. And then you might be able to find it. So that's kind of how it works, guys. Hopefully my experience is good for you, and hopefully you guys are successful. Have a great day.